Steve Dotto here, and I can say without hesitation, I love audiobooks. Loved them for many, many years. They've changed my life. I listen to audiobooks constantly as I'm driving around the province. I go on long road trips, on fishing trips. Used to do it with my son, so we listened to books for years, audiobooks on tape. Once they became available in MP3 format and on my MP3 player, I converted over to that very quickly. So over the years, I have listened to literally hundreds of hours of audiobooks. I am a big fan. Now, there is one website which has really dominated the audiobook market, and that is Audible.com. They have probably more titles than anybody. There are other options for getting your audiobooks. Certainly, Apple's own iTunes store is a good place to go, but Audible is really the one that all the others are measured against. So I thought we would take a little bit of a tour on creating an Audible account and how you get those audiobooks into your devices and use them. Worthwhile exercise, don't you think? So let's go and visit now audible.com. Usually they've got different offers available to you for signing up for a new account with Audible. In this particular case, they don't have too great an offer available to us right now. It's basically they're selling the new memberships for about half price for the first 3 months. Sometimes you can get 3 months free, sometimes you can get extra credits for free books, and depending, you can also find different coupon codes occasionally that'll get you some little extra pieces here and there. But for now, this is the offer that's available, so that's the one that I'm going to show you. 3 months at half price. Now, they do ask you for your credit card when you sign up. That's a stop for a lot of people, but bottom line is they're going to have to get paid, so your credit card is the best way for them to collect their money. Once you've created your account, they charge your credit card for your initial month's fee, and you're given a credit for your very first audiobook to download. Now, basically, the credits work 1 credit per audiobooks. I think for some of the really larger audiobooks and some ones that might be more expensive out of the gate, they'll charge you extra credits as you go along. I haven't noticed any that are more than 1 credit, so basically it's 1 credit per book. Now, that's usually at a fairly substantial discount over if you just went online and purchased the book directly. They can be $29, $39, $49, $59, or even more dollars to buy an audiobook. So in this particular case, because I get 1 credit per month with the type of account that I have, I can purchase 1 new book per month, almost regardless of what its cost is. Now, if you haven't decided already what book you want, this is a good time for you to start browsing through the library. And Audible has literally thousands of audiobook titles. Now, one thing that you'll start to develop a taste for as you download a few audiobooks is you'll get a flavor for the quality and the performance of the different narrators. And the quality does differ. And different narrators for different books actually end up with fan groups, with people following them. And people will buy books that they might not be as interested in because the performance is so exceptional from one narrator or another. Now, I finally found a book here that I might be interested in, Riptide. I like the author, Douglas Preston. It's not that he's the best author in the world, it's just this type of content is great for me because I can listen to a few minutes of it as I'm driving and not worry about it if I have to stop and pick it up again a little bit later. It's nice, light fare for the sort of listening that I do, either walking the dog or driving around. So I've decided this is the one I want to purchase. I go through basically a shopping cart process where I use my credits, my available credits, and purchase this book. Once I say I'm going to buy it, I'm very excited. Now they will confirm. And as soon as I've confirmed my purchase, a download process starts to download the book to my computer. Now, I've got the ability to access all the books that I've purchased at any time within the library within Audible. If we all look at this, as I go to my library, look, they're giving me a bonus. I can buy 1 book, basically 1 credit, for $4.95. They're always going to be offering you sales, trying to get you to purchase a little bit more. I'm happy with just the 1 book. It's going to take me long enough to listen to that. So now here's my library, and you can see that I've got, it looks like I have 2 books. Actually, it's 1 book split into 2 different parts, and they're available to me. So even if I switch devices and move to a different device or a different computer, I can go back online into Audible at any point and re-download the books that I have. So I don't have to store them all locally. They're all stored in the cloud for me as well. I can have them, of course, locally. It'll take a little while for it to download, depending on the speed of your internet connection, but for the most part, with high-speed internet, just a few minutes for it to download. And here we can give some thought to some of the different settings within Audible. One of them is format. Don't worry too much about it. Most of us are going to be this standard format, which is format number 4, MP3. The quality of the narration in MP3 format is just fine. You can download larger files now with higher quality, higher fidelity, but that's really more important in music, I think, than in spoken word. It doesn't make that much difference. I don't notice it. Once I've downloaded the book, now it's time to figure out how to listen to the book. And you're going to want to use your music management program for that. Most of us, that means iTunes. So I'm going to bring my iTunes, open my iTunes, and as you can see, I've got lots of different books that I've downloaded over the years within iTunes. As I say, I've been listening to audiobooks for many, many years, buying them from a variety of different sources. So once I've found or gone into my books within iTunes, I now want to import this new book into my library. It's not a difficult process. I just have to find it. It's in my downloads folder. But now Audible is asking for verification that I am who I am. This is the copyright protection basically for the book. So I actually have to go through 2 stages of authentication. The first is authenticate that I'm an Audible user, and then tell iTunes that I'm the authorized user of this computer so that it can be downloaded. Once I've done that, I search through my massive library, and there it is, my new book right there in the middle. Got it. Okay, now I've got my new book in my iTunes library on my computer. Next stage is I need to get it onto whatever device I want to listen to it on. I can certainly listen to it from my computer if I choose to, but I really want to have it on my iPod or my iPad or my iPhone, one of my MP3 players that I can play it with. In this particular case, I think I'll stick it on my iPad so I can show you that process. Now, I did discover one slight problem when I first loaded it onto my iPad. Now, you might or might not have this issue, and that was my iPad was only configured for me to, in my book area, to look at text-based books, ones that are in PDF or EPUB format. So I had to actually go into my music within my iPad, tell it that I wanted to sync audio books, and as soon as I did that, once I went over into my book section, there was the ability to sync audiobooks. Now I can go through all the different audiobooks on my device, and I can choose the exact book that I wanted to download. I can download any of my books, but I of course want to download the newest. This process will be very similar on your iPhone or your iPad. Once you've got it down and done it once, it won't be a problem to do it again in the future. Once you've done that, you simply sync your device, and the new data is moved over onto the iPad. So now what I want to do is I actually want to go onto my iPad and look at how I listen to the music. And all I do then is I go into my music player. If I can't see it right away, I could choose audiobooks from my source. And from there, I see the audiobook available for me to start listening. Now, the beauty of listening to audiobooks within this format is as you listen to them, every time you stop, it creates an automatic bookmark for you, so you pick up at the exact same spot in your audiobook next time. You can listen to it on multiple devices should you choose. It gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of control over listening to your books. As you can tell, I am a big fan of the audiobook world, and Audible.com has done a great job of providing one clearinghouse that has more audio titles than any other. There are other places you can go, other sites that you can download from, but Audible is a great starting point. I'm Steve Dotto. I hope you found this useful today.